Hello, we are going to talk about a disease which is not so common but a pretty deadly disease which is known as cerebral aneurysms. What is cerebral aneurysm? A brain aneurysm, also called as cerebral aneurysm or intracranial aneurysm, is a bulging or a weakened area in the wall of an artery in the brain, resulting in an abnormal widening, ballooning or a bleb. The biggest problem is because this is a weakened spot in the arterial wall, there is always a risk of it bursting and causing bleeding in the brain. Now, there are various kinds of aneurysms. Some aneurysms are focal swelling, which we call as the saccular aneurysms. Some aneurysms is a swelling of whole of the blood vessel wall, which we call as the fusiform aneurysm. While in some aneurysm, the whole wall, the layers of the walls have separated and they are fusiform as well, which we call as the dissecting aneurysms. Now, what can brain aneurysm? By and large, it is a disease of luck. But there are various factors which can lead to more tendency of aneurysms. Some of the patients, only 1 in 2 out of 10, may have some family tendency of the aneurysm. If a patient has had a previous aneurysm, there is a more tendency to develop more aneurysms, and it is a disease which is more common in females as well. Race factors can be there, that in certain kind of population groups, more chances of aneurysms have been seen, such as Japanese population, Finnish population. Patients who have got high blood pressures and who smoke a lot or who drink a lot as well, they have got a more tendency to form aneurysms and they rupture and to rupture of the aneurysms. Now, what is the problem due to the aneurysm? As I told you before, the aneurysms can burst and cause bleeding in the brain. This kind of bleeding in the brain is known as subarachnoid hemorrhage, and this is a very deadly kind of hemorrhage because the main blood vessel in the brain bleeds in these cases. Some patients who have got minor bleeding, they manifest as the worst headache of their life, and this is a dangerous sign. That's a very new and a very severe and a sudden headache, maybe because of a brain aneurysm leakage. And these patients can also have severe vomiting, neck pain, fainting, loss of consciousness, can throw seizures as well, and can have various neurological deficits. Some of the aneurysms don't burst, but because they become very big in size, they cause pressure on the local structures, more commonly the cranial nerve symptoms, and then can present to the hospital. While many aneurysms nowadays, with the era of CT and MRI, when these are being done for some different purpose, and one can find the aneurysms as well. When the aneurysms burst, it's an emergency. Why so? Because 40 to 50% of patients, they do not survive even for a month, and that is mostly because of re-rupture of the aneurysm. Patient is well initially. That doesn't mean that patient remain well, because they re-rupture, and re-rupture is very commonly fatal. While on the other hand, if patient reaches the hospital in awake condition before major damage has happened, nowadays with modern treatment, 90% of patients can be treated in a manner that lead an independent and productive life. Now, how are these aneurysms diagnosed? First investigation usually CT scan, and which will show us the bleed, subarachnoid hemorrhage. But you have to realize that after a few days after the bleed, in patients with very small bleed, the CT scan can be negative. Then in these cases, MRI can be done, or also sometimes the lumbar puncture is done to take out fluid from the spine and to look for the blood there. Now, after knowing that there is a hemorrhage, we see the aneurysm best by cerebral selective angiography, and which can show this focal swelling in the blood vessels, and we know this is the leakage spot. Sometimes MR angiography and CT angiography can also be done, but they are not as accurate as cerebral angiography to diagnose the aneurysm. So what is done in the cerebral angiography? We send in a very thin tube through the leg blood vessel into the brain blood vessels, and then we inject dye there to look at the blood vessels and to look at the aneurysm. And as I told you, this is the best way to do it. Once we have diagnosed it, how do we treat it? Sadly, there is no medicine treatment for cerebral aneurysm. So they are treated by two means. The first one is endovascular embolization, known as coiling of the aneurysm, in which a very thin microcatheter, which is very, very thin tube, is sent through the leg blood vessel into the aneurysm, and we enter the aneurysm and place something known as coil. These are rings of platinum into the aneurysm, and that forms clot there and causes a thrombosis of the aneurysm, so it doesn't fill any longer with blood and doesn't bleed again. Now, because coiling is a minimally invasive technique and doesn't require a big surgery or manipulation of the brain, it is usually safer than the surgery with shorter hospital stay and recovery time. The second, more older way of treating aneurysm has been open surgery, which is called as clipping. Now, in these cases, there's a direct opening, the skull is made, and a surgeon goes there and then dissects the aneurysm and then place something known as a metallic clip across the neck of the aneurysm so as to close it down. Problem with surgery, usually more invasive and more chances of damage to the brain parenchyma. But the best aneurysms are treated in a team which has got both the interventionist which do coiling and surgeons which can do the clipping, and then they can take a right decision for that particular patient what will be the best. So what do we want to convey? Don't ignore sudden severe headache, something which you have never felt before. Maybe it can be a small aneurysm leak and need to be treated very differently from than a regular headache. If an aneurysm is found, one should go to a specialist center where there are trained doctors, which I said have both neurointerventionists as well as surgeons to treat the aneurysms in the most efficient and the safest manner. And with the modern neurointervention techniques, most patients with the aneurysm nowadays in our center, more than 90%, they can be managed by minimally invasive techniques leading to good outcomes. Thank you.